Welcome to my channel. It's called Linasa. In this channel, we do a deep dive into the writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. And for this video, we're going to talk about toxic positivity, or as I like to rephrase it, relentless positivity. Like what happens when you're going through a really hard time? People would say, you know what? Talk about it. Talk about what you're going through and come to peace with it, make terms with it, go through it. And it's a really bad idea to be relentlessly positive, to just keep being positive. And it's really bad advice for people to hear that you're going through a hard time and then say, you know what, just smile, be positive. So I wanted to just think about what Florence has written in her books and just bring it to the table. I would say, first of all, if you're going through a really hard time, then you can always cast the burden. Say, I cast the burden to the Christ within and I go free. I cast this burden to God and I go free. Make it God's responsibility, not yours. Because Jesus said, you know, my burden is easy. Carry that. I'll carry your burden. And I know that's a lot. So, yeah, cast the burden to God, to Jesus. Let them carry it. And you don't have that burden to yourself. But Florence is very adamant that you're not supposed to complain. There's actually a verse in Ephesians that says, do not condemn, criticize, complain, slander, harsh words, nothing. And Florence goes right in. She doesn't want to ever complain because she knows how powerful your words are. And she has said that if you're joking and you joke something stupid, the universe still listens to that and still can make it happen. So if you're going through a hard time and you say things you don't mean, you know, it's still being heard and it's still being acted upon. Every every word you say is heard. I think Florence said that. It's you always have an ever silent listener by your side. And so you want to be very careful about the words you speak. Florence had a friend who would always invite her over for a good old fashioned chat where it'd be 10,000 words of complaint, criticism, condemnation. And Florence knew the destructive power of it. I mean, some would say, well, just go listen to him, hear him out. And she would say no. And what she told him is, I will come by for a new fashion chat where, we'll talk about our hopes and our dreams and all the good that's happening. So don't entertain good old fashioned chats and don't have one for yourself. She has another story of, in one of her later books, this woman, she walks in like a cloud. And as soon as she sits down, she starts complaining about this and that. And by the time she leaves, it has affected everyone, her negativity, to the point where people who were perfectly fine before kind of wonder if something's wrong with them. And so Florence is very adamant that you should stay positive. Stay positive, think of the good and the lovely and the true. Don't condemn, don't criticize, don't complain. Don't think and talk about loss, lack, limitation. Again, because your words create your reality. And so start speaking about the life you want to live. And I know that's like the hardest thing because if you're really going through it, you don't, you don't, you can't find the words. You don't have the heart. You can't really do this. So I'll point something else out, which is that Florence actually quotes the Bible where God said, the ability to do this leaves him stunned. Our ability to look at all the hardship we're going through and rise above it and demand and command positivity from ourselves is something that impresses even God Himself. It's somewhere in the Bible. We should probably find it and leave it below. But it's like God says, our ability to take our thoughts captive and lead it into the obedience of Christ, the Christ consciousness, is something that is so stunning to Him. And it's so extraordinary. And it's utterly amazing. So if you can do it, it's so impressive that even God is in awe of it. And it's so impressive because it's the best thing to do for yourself. When you start feeling joy and happiness, you know how you can resolve so many things. When you feel so down and so negative, it's extremely hard to get anything done, even the simplest things. And so we just work best. We ourselves are at our best when we're happy. And but I will say it is extremely hard to bring our thoughts to that place if you're feeling extremely down. So I'd say, yeah, it's a great idea to do that, a wonderful idea. But if you can't, just don't sit there and complain though. If you can't do it, just say, I cast the burden to the Christ within and I go free. Call out to God, Jesus, get some help. Florence would even say, talk to your family and talk to your partner. Because if someone can believe in you, even when you can't believe in yourself, that will be helpful too. But hopefully, and hopefully soon, you'll be able to feel the joy of life. You'll be able to look up and just to believe in yourself and all that it's worth, all that you're worth. And I will say, it's just my personal thing, is that your soul needs to feel its worth. Our soul needs to feel its worth. Because sometimes we can feel so worthless. And we need to realize that our thoughts are just thoughts. And we only have them because we think them. And if we truly wanted to, we could choose another thought. Even if it feels like a straight out lie, we can choose to think something different and double down on that thought until it feels like the truth. And then it just becomes our experience. So, right now, the negative thoughts feel so intense. They feel like this is the truth. Like, this is all that there is and could possibly be. But we need to realize that our thoughts are up to us. We can think different thoughts. They're like a life coach, Tanya Lee. She used the analogy of a closet, and you go into your closet and you pick up the shirt, and if you don't like it, you put it back, pick out another one, and if you don't like that, pick a third one, and you like that, so you wear it. The same is true for your thoughts. You your thoughts are thoughts that you can use, and if you don't like it, put them down. Pick up another thought, put that down if it doesn't work for you. And if none of your thoughts are working, then that's when you can go to the masters like Florence Scovel Shinn, like Louise Hay, who came after, and Gabby Bernstein right now, because they have affirmations that you can listen to and say for yourself, where you can start thinking positive thoughts over yourself and choose to think those thoughts and know that as it says in John 1, our words are powerful. In the beginning was a word. The word was with God and the word was God. And the word provides a light that darkness cannot conquer, and the word provides life that death has no has no sting. And the words will become flesh, and we will see them in all of its glory. So I wanted to end with a few affirmations from Florence. She has some good ones in her book, Your Word is Your Wand, and throughout her books too, which is, I do not limit God, by seeing limits in myself. My God is invincible. God cannot fail, so I cannot fail. God is infinite intelligence. My endless good now come to me in endless way. Lo, I set before thee the open door of destiny that no man shall shut because it is nailed back. The tide of destiny has turned, and all of my good now flow towards me. The divine idea is now firmly established in my mind, body, and affairs. I see clearly, act quickly, and my greatest of expectations now come to pass in the most miraculous of ways. And my endless good now comes to me in endless ways. I like that because, you get something good. You ask for an affirmation, you get it. It's like one good thing. But Florence is saying, my endless good now comes to me in endless ways. And God is my supply. God is my supply. So I hope those affirmations help you. Again, they're found in her book, Your Word is Your Wand. It's like a magical wand. And yeah, this is what I do on my channel. I just do a deep dive into the writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence was a metaphysical teacher who worked 100 years ago. She believed in her ideas and she self-published her books. Her first one is called The Game of Life and How to Play It, because most people consider life to be a battle, but it's not a battle, it's a game. Which is another good tip. It's forever a good tip. The game can only be played once you understand that it's a great game of giving and receiving. Oh, since we're on there, I will add this. It's a great game of giving and receiving. So if you want to receive something, start giving. Start giving. Whatever you want to get back, start to give it. And start to give it with endless amount of love and appreciation. Because as you give, things have to come back to you. So that's another good tip there. And she also wrote the book, The Power of the Spoken Word, The Secret Door to Success. And as I said, your word is your wand. So she wrote books where she told stories, wrote affirmations, and she is absolutely incredible. Her ideas are over 100 years old, but they're as fresh and as modern as ever. And it's really fun to bring the ideas to you. If you've never heard of her, I will bring her ideas to you and give you the quotes so you can look into it yourself. And if you've heard of Florence, then I will have the fun of reintroducing you to her ideas and maybe introducing you to more of her ideas. So that's all this channel is about. If you like it, hit subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. And if you want to comment, if you want to talk to me, you can leave a comment below. I do see them. I do respond. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really lets me know that you really appreciate this particular video. So, I will say, as I always say, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.